Hello student, Namaskar. I am Dr. Sam Kishore Patel, Assistant Professor in ITM University Gwalior. So you are in fifth semester, that is third year. I will teach you plant pathology subject, and in plant pathology subject I will teach you PP311. And course title is Diseases of Field and Horticultural Crop and Their Management First, in which we only include field crop diseases. So in today lecture, that is unit number 4, that is diseases of safflower crop, that comes under lecture number 23. So first I will give outline of the today lecture. So first is introduction to sunflower diseases, in which I explain the what are the different economic importance of the sunflower crop, and how many diseases I cover in today lecture. Then why we study these diseases in the safflower crop. Then what are the different objective of the today lecture. Then what are the different economic importance of the today lecture. Then in today lecture I cover only 4 diseases that is built of safflower crop, then alternaria leaf spot, mosaic, and sunflower rust diseases. After completion of the diseases I will give one exercise. Then I also explain the what are the learning outcome of the today lecture. Then what are the different research scope of the today lecture, and at last I quoted the reference from which or make the presentation. So first is introduction to safflower diseases. As you know that safflower is the most important oilseed crop in India as well as in the world. And so as I told you earlier, in India there is a shortage of the oilseed as well as pulse crop. So government of India have more emphasis to increase the production as well as area of the sunflower oilseed as well as pulse crop. So this safflower crop is one of them, and the safflower crop is most important oilseed crop, and they have a spine or thorn. That's why it is mostly resistant to number of pests, but it is more prone to attacked by the number of diseases. So in today's lecture I cover the 4 diseases, that is built of safflower crop, then alternaria leaf spot, mosaic, and safflower rust. These are the very important diseases that cause heavy losses to safflower crop. Then what are the different objective of the today lecture? So to study the various diseases of the safflower crop, so I only include 4 diseases in the safflower crop in today lecture. Then detection and identification of the pathogen, in which I explain the how we detect and identify the causal organism of the particular disease in the field condition, and on the basis of symptoms, how we identify these symptoms are caused by the that pathogen. Then to study the disease cycle, in which I explain the what are the primary source of the inoculum, what are the different secondary source of inoculum, and how these pathogen completed their disease cycle in the host. And to study the management of various diseases, in which I explain the how we overcome or control the diseases in the field condition. By controlling the diseases we increase the production of the safflower crop, and farmer will get more income from the these safflower crop. Then in economic importance part, as you know that a number of diseases affect the safflower crop, and they cause heavy losses, and almost 15 to 20% crop losses occur due to the number of diseases, mainly the wilt and the rust diseases. If farmer control the diseases in the field condition of the safflower crop, then they get more yield, and by getting more yield they get more income from the cultivation of the safflower crop. When they get more income from the safflower crop, then they increase the standard of living the family as well as their own. Then first disease is the built sunflower safflower built is caused by the Fusarium oxysporum pharma species carthemi. So it is a very important crop in safflower crop, and the number of mostly these diseases occur in the Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh as well as Andhra Pradesh region where safflower crop are grown, but mostly the disease are prevalent to the Maharashtra region, and almost 5 to 10% crop losses occur due to these wilty diseases. So in symptoms, this disease mainly occurs on the seedling stage, and in seedling state cotyledonally leaves so small brownish spot. These brownish spots they are either scattered in the leaf, or these spot arranged in the ring on the inner surface, and they may be swirled and or rolled or curved, and after that these brownish spots enlarge in size, and they spread on the whole surface of the leaf, and these symptoms become apparent when a plant are in 6 to 8 leaf stage as yellowing of the leaves followed by the wilting, epinesty, and vascular browning. Because of these diseases, the vascular bundle are infected, and so the translocation of water does not occur from root to leaf. That's why plant show wilting symptoms, and because of the shortage of the water, leaves show epinesty symptoms. That means leaves are dropping down. The symptoms also develop in the acropetal succession, and in older plant, the lateral branches on one side may be killed while the remainder of the plant remain free from the disease, and infected plants produce small sized flower head which are partially blossomed, and most of the ovary fail to develop seed, or they may form blackish small distorted choppy seed. Because of the diseases, the flowers are also infected, so if a severe infection is there, then up to 30% yield losses occurred due to the disease wilt of safflower. As you see in the photograph, there is a yellowish leaves occur due to the disability diseases, and plant also so stunted and wilting condition. Then in pathogen characteristic, the fungus produce hyaline septate mycelium, and because of this fungus is a fusarium, so the fusarium produce a micro as well as microconidia. So in microconidia, these are microconidia or hyaline small elliptical or curved, single celled or two celled, and in microconidia the microconidia are hyaline thin walled, linear, curved or fusoid, pointed at both ends with 3 to 4 septa. The fungus also produce a thick walled, spherical or oval, terminal or intercalary. So these are the pathogen characteristic of the fusarium. Then how these pathogen completed their disease cycle in the host. So these fungus mainly survive in the seed, soil as well as infected plant debris. So primary spread is by soil borne chlamydospore, and these chlamydospore survive as off season in the seed, soil, and the infected plant debris. And seed also so the primary source of the inoculum, and secondary spread in the field is through irrigation water as and the implement. So if we for controlling the diseases, the flow of the irrigation water from one field to another field is restricted. So these fungal spores are not transferred from one field to another field. So another other field is free free from the these wilty diseases. In favorable condition, the disease is severe in acidic soil with high nitrogen and a warm moist weather with a temperature of 15 to 20 degrees centigrade is conducive for disease development. So these are the favorable condition for development of the diseases. In management part, we avoid growing safflower in the low-lying area and collection and destruction of the infected plant debris. and we also follow the crop rotation with the sorghum. So these are the cultural management practices for controlling the build of the safflower crop. Then we grow resistant or tolerant hybrid varieties such as DSH 129, Nari NH1, and variety A1, PB NS40, and Nari 6. These are the resistant or tolerant variety against to build up the safflower crop. We also give seed treatment with Thyram or Captan at the rate of 3 gram per kg, or carbendazim at the rate of 0.1%, or trichoderma viride at the rate of 10 gram per kg. Then we control the dead diseases. The next disease is the Alternaria leaf spot, and Alternaria leaf spot is the most important disease in the safflower crop, and this is the most destructive disease and appears in a severe form wherever safflower is gone, and this Alternaria leaf blight is caused by the Alternaria cartheme. Almost 40 to 50% disease losses occur due to the when a severe infection of the occurred in the safflower crop. In symptoms, dark brown lesions measuring 2 to dark brown lesion measuring 2 to 5 mm in diameter are first found on the hypocotyls and cotyledons. As you see in the photograph, there is a brownish spot appears on the infected leaves, and after that these brownish spot enlarge inside and cover the entire leaf portion, and so the disease is severe on the leaves and occasionally attacked on the stem and the flowers, and minute brown to dark brown spot with a concentric ring of 1 to 2 mm appears on the leaves. So mainly symptoms develop on the leaves, and because of these leaf blight caused due to Alternaria, so most characteristic or peculiar symptoms is that they form a concentric ring of 1 to 2 mm diameter, and the center of the spot is light brown with a dark brown margin, and elongated black lesion can be seen on the petioles and the stems. The fungal infection on flower bud leads to drying and seeding. Seed also may be affected by these leaf blight diseases. Dark sunken lesion are produced on the testa of the seed. So these are the symptoms of the Alternaria leaf spot. Then in pathogen characteristic, these Alternaria mycelium of the fungus is subhyaline initially, and later on brown in color at the time of maturity. The conidiophore are stout, erect, rigid, unbranched, septate, and arise singly or in a cluster. The conidia are 3 to 11 celled with irregular shape, light brown in color with a long beak. So these are the pathogen characteristic of the Alternaria carthemi. Then in disease cycle, these fungus is externally seed-borne. So these are the example of the externally seed-borne diseases, and they also these fungus also survive on the infected plant debris. And the disease spread is through wind-borne conidia. So because of the disease spread by the wind, so very few days these disease spread to the other or entire field of the safflower crop. In management practices, we collect and destroy the infected plant debris, then we control the these leaf blight diseases in the safflower crop, and if we give seed treatment with Thyram or Captan at the rate of 3 gram per kg, or carbendazim at the rate of 0.1%, then also if we give hot water treatment of seed at 50 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes, so by these we control the diseases. If we spray mancozeb or zineb at the rate of 0.2%, or carbendazim at the rate of 0.1%, by these spraying of fungicide, we control these leaf blight diseases in the safflower crop. So these are the management practices for controlling the leaf blight of the safflower crop. Then next disease is the safflower mosaic, and this mosaic disease is caused by the cucumber mosaic viruses. So this is a most destructive disease in the safflower crop, because controlling of the viruses is very difficult, and this disease are caused by the cucumber mosaic viruses. Almost 5 to 10% crop losses occur due to these mosaic diseases. In symptoms, in cucumber mosaic viruses infected safflower plant, young leaves show irregular yellow or light green patches alternating with normal green area. So, as you know that in mosaic symptoms there is a intermingle of the yellow and green spot on the leaf surface. So these are the most characteristic symptom of the mosaic diseases, and the leaves may become blistered and distorted, and infected plant are stunted, and in a few plant primary leaves are produced, forming a rosette of leaves exhibiting mosaic mottling, and from the center of this the axis bearing secondary leaves is produced. So these are the characteristic symptoms of the mosaic disease of the safflower. Then in disease cycle, these viruses can infect a number of wild as well as collateral cultivated plant, and these diseases are transmitted by the aphid, that is Myzus persicki. Then in management part, if we root out and destroy the infected plant, then we control these viral diseases. No chemical control method are available for controlling the viral diseases, but if we control the vector, that is a feed Myzus persicki, then we control the diseases. For vector control, we spray the monocrotophos at the rate of 1.5 ml per liter, or dimethiot at the rate of 2 ml per liter for control the aphid vector. If we control the aphid vector, then we control these viral diseases. The next disease is the rust, and this rust disease is caused by the Puccinia carthae, and this Puccinia carthae, also called as Puccinia calcitrapi, variety is Centuri, or Puccinia beruca, or Acidium carthae. So this rust disease is the most important disease in the safflower crop, and rust is mainly restricted to Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh, and mostly very restricted to heavy losses caused in the Andhra Pradesh. The disease causes considerable yield losses if the infection starts early in the crop growth. But if the disease infect at the later stage, then yield losses are minimal. In symptoms, the fungus attacked cotyledon, young leaves, tender stem, and underground parts. And as you know that most important symptom of the rust pathogen is they produce the red or orange color pustule in the lower surface of the leaf, and later on in severe infection these pustules also present on the stem as well as a flowering part. So infection of the cotyledon is seen as yellow discoloration accompanied by the dropping and the wilting, and the pustule, that is Uridosauri, are chestnut brown in color, eruptent, and scattered throughout the leaves. Later in the season, black teleosauri are formed on the same spot. Seedlings sometimes die suddenly without exhibiting symptoms in the aerial part, and infection on the hypocotyle causes hypertrophy of the tissue due to accumulation of mycelium between cells. Stem girdling occurs in older plant, and the rust pustule also appear on the tap root as well as lateral root. So because of these diseases, the root system also damaged. Because of the root system damage, and translocation of the water does not occur properly to the leaves, so leaves show wilting symptoms. And you see in the photograph there is a yellow or orange color pustule we can see in the leaves, and later on these pustule spread are present on the stem as well as a flowering part, and sometimes root are also infected with these pathogen. So in pathogen characteristic, this fungus is obligate parasite with autoecious life cycle in safflower. So as you know that rust life cycle is two type, heteroecious and autoecious. In heteroecious they required more than two or more than two hosts for completion of their life cycle, but in autoceous rust they completed their life cycle in the single host. So these safflower rust is autoceous rust, and they completed their life cycle in the only safflower crop. Ruidia and Tilia are produced, and Pycnia and axial stage are unknown in safflower rust. Iridospora single-celled, light brown colored, and ichinellate, and Teliospora globose to broadly ellipsoid, two-celled, chestnut brown in color, thick-walled with hyaline pedicels. These are the pathogen characteristic of the Puccinia carthemi. And in disease cycle, the fungus remain on the seed or infected crop debris in the soil as teliospore for more than a year, and the fungus also produce uridia and telier stage in the collateral host such as Carthamum oxycantha, and this also serve as primary source of the infection in the addition to dormant teliospore in the soil. The secondary spread occur through windborne iridospores. So these are likewise they complete their disease cycle in the host. So mainly these fungus bival are infected are present on the seed as well as infected plant debris. So seed that means they are seed one. So seed and infected plant debris serve as a primary source of the inoculum. And sometimes collateral host such as Carthamum oxycantha also serve as the primary source of the inoculum, and secondary spread occur through windborne iridospore. Then in a favorable condition, if temperature is 20 to 25 degrees centigrade and relative humidity is 75 to 80%, then these diseases are these conditions are favorable for development of the diseases. Then in management part, if we grow resistant varieties such as Sagar Mutyalu and Manjira APRR3, these are the resistant variety against safflower rust. And if we give seed treatment with Thyram or Captam at the rate of 3 gram per kg or carbendazim at the rate of 2 gram per kg, then we control the diseases. And if we remove and destroy the infected plant debris in the soil and remove the collateral host, then these are the cultural management of the safflower rust. We also control the diseases by spraying vegetable sulfur or mancozeb at the rate of 0.2%. So these are the management practices for controlling the safflower rust. So in today's lecture, I explained the 4 diseases of the safflower crop. If you have any doubt, then you call me or contact me. After completion of the diseases, I will give one exercise. So student collect disease sample from the safflower field and by collecting the disease samples on the basis of the symptoms, they make a herbarium pile, and if at the time of returning to college they make the slide, and also they isolate these pathogen in the lab. Then student also expert to identify the diseases on the basis of the symptoms. So these are the exercise part of the today lecture. Then what are the learning outcome of the today lecture? So I explain the 4 diseases. First one is I explained the 4 diseases. First one is the build of the safflower crop. Second one is mosaic disease. Third one is rust, and the last one is leaf blight. And in each disease I explain the causal organism, economic important symptoms, disease cycle, pathogen characteristic, favorable condition, and how we manage the diseases in the field condition. I also explain the identification of the diseases on the basis of the symptoms. So these are the learning outcome of the today lecture. Then now I will explain the what are the different research scope of the today lecture. So student plan a research to develop eco-friendly management of the diseases in which they identify the best strain of the trichoderma and pseudomonas for controlling the fungus and bacterial pathogen respectively. And the student also plan research as surveying and screening and surveying of the safflower diseases in the Chambal region, and after collecting of the disease sample from the different region they isolate in the lab, and make a finding as which isolate is more violent as compared to the other isolate. And in third one, to identify the various botanical state for management of the diseases. In these topic, they suggest the best botanical state for controlling the diseases on the basis of the poison food technique. So these are the research scope of the today lecture. Then these are the references from which I make the slide and presentation. So if you want to further study, then you read these book, or you also search ICRE course. So in today lecture I explain these 4 diseases, that is rust, mosaic wilt, and leaf blight. If you have any doubt after seeing this video, then you call me or contact me. You also ask your doubt in the webinar classes. So with these remarks I concluded the today lecture. So thank you very much for seeing my video. Best of luck.